Morning class, let's have z-test for mean inference from one sample. We have here a problem and I want you to read it all together. Go. Okay, very good. The first thing we need to do is to understand the problem. So we have processor of wine indicate that the bottle contains 16 ounces with a standard deviation of 0.5 ounces. And from 36 bottles, it was revealed that the mean weight is not 16 but 16.12 ounces. At 0.05 significance level, we need to test the mean amount per bottle is different from 16 ounces. Okay, since we have already understand the problem, let's proceed to the step 1. The step 1 is you need to identify the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis of this problem is presented as the null hypothesis H sub O is the mu equals 16. The mean amount of wine per bottle is equal to 16. The alternative hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis always contradicts the null hypothesis, and the two hypotheses are mutually exclusive. So you have here the alternative hypothesis, we have the mu is not equal to 16. The mean amount of wine per bottle is not equal to 16 ounces. So we're done with the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Let's have step 2. The step 2 is we need to identify the alpha. So the alpha is 0.05. So it was stated here that the significant level is 0.05. Two-tailed test. This problem is an example of a two-tailed test because of the word different. So it different because you have the point of reference of 16. It's like this. If the point of reference is 16 and the answer is 17, 17 is greater than 16 and 17 and 16 are different. Now, if 16 is our point of reference and we have 15, 15 and 16 are also different. We need to test both sides of 16, greater than 16 and less than 16. So it is a two-tailed test because we need to test the two sides of our point of reference. So it is two-tailed test. Unlike other problem, it is indicated that more than 16. So per bottle is more than or greater than. So that is one-tailed test. But in this case, it is not specified if it's greater than or less than. It is different. So it could be less than or less than. Either way, if it's less than or greater than, it is still different from 16 ounces. So it is two-tailed test. Our Z critical value is positive negative 1.96. And we use this table. So this table, I want you to take note. So you have alpha, we have 0.05 and it's two-tailed, so positive negative 1.96. So this is our Z critical value. Our step 3 is to compute the Z value or what we call computed value. And this is the formula. You have the sample mean minus the hypothesized population mean all over the standard deviation divided by the square root of the number of sample. So you have 16.12 minus 16 all over 0.5 divided by the square root of 36. And use your calculator, you will have 1.44. So that is our computed Z value. Step 4 is the decision rule. So this is a bell shape, no? The bell curve. So we need to plot first for a visual representation. We plot the critical value. So this is the negative 1.96 and the positive 1.96. And we shade this section. And this section is what we call the critical region or other, it is also known as the region of rejection. It is region of rejection because when the computed value is in the region, the null hypothesis will be rejected. Okay, so let's try to plot. 1.44 is somewhere here. So this is our computed value, 1.44. It is not in our rejection region, meaning since the computed value is 1.44 less than the critical value, then do not reject the null hypothesis. We will not reject the null hypothesis because, as you can see, it is not in the critical region or the region of rejection. So, the null hypothesis is not rejected. Do not reject the null hypothesis. We are in favor to the null hypothesis that the mean amount of wine per bottle is equal to 16 ounces. And the last step is our conclusion. There is no enough evidence to conclude that the mean amount of wine per bottle is different from 16 ounces. So there is no enough evidence that it's different. So it is favor to our null hypothesis that it is equal to 16. Okay. So this is our first problem in z-test for mean inference from one sample. Let's have our next video.